Hey guys, Levi Gates for the Rag Company, and welcome back to DETALKS. With me, Mr. Yvan Lacroix. How are you, brother? Good
Great.
to see you.
Having fun, living life.
It's been great having you here.
Thank you.
This is something for you. Now, this is, I'm going to say, I've seen a lot of talk about it.
Yep.
I don't know a lot about it, but it's something that I feel is a possibility of where maybe the industry is starting to either get excited about or move towards.
Yeah.
And that's graphene.
Exactly. So the graphene is, for now, a buzzword in a lot of instances. There are some actual graphene-based products on the market that are functioning, that are working, and that do the job. But like anything, there's a lot of people jumping on a bandwagon.
Right.
And they're putting one or two little dust
Molecules
of graphene and calling it graphene. And no, that's not graphene. Graphene, if you don't know what it is, it's a form of graphite that, if we're looking at the coating industry, we'll start with the coating industry. It lays down one layer, so it's almost two-dimensional, it's so thin, of graphene. So like a matrix of graphene over the whole surface.
Right.
So graphene coating does not require multiple layers.
Right.
So if your graphene coating company is telling you that you need to put 6 or 8 layers on, they don't even know what they're working with.
So one layer if it's true graphene.
Yeah, one layer.
Because it's like a mesh.
Yeah, and the percentage of graphene in a coating does not need to be 50% or 20%. It's less than 1%.
Wow.
But an ounce of graphene can cover a football field.
Holy crap.
Like the actual graphene itself
Yeah.
is that thin. So an ounce of graphene will cover a football field.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so it's everywhere. Now, graphene is not only a buzzword and is not only being explored in our industry, it's being explored in every industry everywhere. Graphene in the next 5 years, basically, the more people manufacture it, the lower the cost is. The lower the cost is, the more it becomes accessible. The more it becomes accessible, the more they manufacture it.
They're going to be able to put it in different industries and different products.
So batteries, Tesla is looking at graphene for their batteries. Other electric car manufacturers are looking at using graphene because it will actually reduce the size of the batteries, increase the efficiency of the batteries, reduce the weight of the batteries. So a lot of different technologies are using graphene. Eventually, we'll probably see graphene just about everywhere. It's going to take a few years.
Yeah.
But so the word graphene, we say to a customer an SiO2 coating. What's SiO2?
Yeah.
We say quartz, we say glass, they understand it, they're both SiO2. But beach sand is also SiO2.
Right.
We're wearing SiO2 in our faces. That being said, that's sort of a word for a customer that's hard to grasp, hard to understand. Graphene in the next 5 years is going to be so prolific everywhere across multiple industries that people will know what graphene is. So it's very different. A couple different companies have cracked the graphene code, we'll put it that way, for putting it in the coating industry. There's one that has it in a polish. So yes, it's coming. But just be wary of people telling you that they're using 10% graphene, or no. Educate yourself on what graphene is, how it can be used, and why it should be used. One of the graphene coatings on the market, I had a pleasure of doing a training with that company a few weeks ago. It's hard to describe what it feels like versus what we're used to in a coating. So the feel on the paint, think of it as velvet made out of silk.
That confuses me.
Well, it's
grabby, but
no, it's not grabby at all.
Okay.
Velvet upholstery, like this
like
is velvet.
This is velvet. Yeah.
So it feels really soft.
Oh, okay.
And then make it out of silk.
But then make it slip.
It's even slicker.
Yeah.
So
I've
never felt a coating like that. And trust me, I've felt many, many coatings. I feel up coatings all the time. But I've never felt a coating like that.
Okay.
So graphene is a very different thing. Graphenes will also lend themselves eventually to self-healing coatings, but not in the way that we know self-healing, be it PPF, be it coatings now, be a completely different method of self-healing. It won't necessarily require heat. It'll just automatically self-heal. And the self-healing aspect of it won't go away over time. So, anybody who's polished a Nissan 370Z or the Godzilla, what do you call it?
Yeah, the GTRs.
The GTRs, yeah. We're thinking, well, it's self-healing. Why do I need to polish it? After a couple of years, the self-healing aspect, it's not quite so good anymore. So, same deal. So, yes, graphene, it's a buzzword. It's starting to be incorporated in our industry. Watch out for it. Don't be afraid of it. And don't put it down as a technology saying, it's just a buzzword. It's not just a buzzword.
Well, there you go. Easy peasy.
Simple.
Ivan, thanks for coming on here, man, for that. That is awesome.
My pleasure.
So now you guys know at least a little bit more about graphene. And if you want to learn more about Ivan, you can look him up on Facebook and Instagram at Yvan Lacroix. You can check out his bus, the Lacroix Cruiser, as it makes its way around the U.S. and Canada. And as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and watch more videos.
Don't forget the notification bell.
And notify.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know when we're on, right here, the Rag Company YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.